Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. For those who are not aware, I pretty much had a kitten as Deana decided just at the last second to suddenly appear on the fucking camera.
I thought it was a 5-second delay, not a 10-second delay or 15-second delay. It's a 30-second delay. It's still going. I watch my phone while I'm having a cigarette before the show.
Yes. Unfortunately, there is, and generally that would be kind of a good thing if it was in real time. But unfortunately, you're right. There is a delay. It can occur, and obviously, it did quite a bit. So, good evening, happy Wednesday, and thank you for joining us.
Hello,
How
everyone.
are you doing, Deana?
I'm great. I pissed off a few Zionists. Same with you. But some pretty crazy ones like Goldie Gamari.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
I don't piss as many of them off as you do. I mean, there's the proximity blame I get, which I'll take. I don't give a shit. Absolutely.
They lie.
They lie. Absolutely.
That dumb bitch said that I was trying to dox her. Fuck you, cunt.
I definitely feel there's a lot of Palestinian theme to you tonight. A little bit more than usual, by the way.
I love this shirt.
Shirt is absolutely fantastic and beautiful. And people will probably be asking for you as to where you got the shirt.
I got it I went to a Palestinian iftar during Ramadan, and they were having an auction.
Oh, nice.
I was the bidder that won.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely.
And the money went to Islamic Relief Fund to help Palestinian orphans, which there are many.
Yes. Well, it's pretty much Gaza now, I think.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And the West Bank. And Lebanon now. And Iran. And Syria. And the list grows and grows.
Every day. And I'd say, would the United States be willing to, help the kids of these areas? And I'm thinking they're not even helping the kids in their own country.
Help! These guys rape kids. What are you talking about?
It's fair.
Gross. Stay away from those children. That's exactly what they do. They take runaway. They were kidnapping runaways. And other kids. I mean, there was a huge... Man, okay, now just because we're on this, do you remember, at least I remember, in school, it was a big problem that kids were going missing. And when we were in elementary school, we were literally... We had a class session of watching these videos of no go tell and what you would do if a stranger tried to abduct you. And that is around the time where a lot of these victims were going missing. It's crazy. Like, I think about it and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I've never had those when I was younger. I am a little bit older. And I think during my time, they just didn't care about the kids. Whatever.
We had stop, drop, and roll. We had after school specials.
We did have those. We had the stop, drop, rolls, the after school specials, but nothing more than that. There wasn't quite as much in mine. But I think we're ready to move on to some of the stuff that we have here because we do have a fair amount.
And some of this actually gets,
we got a fair amount, including some of the stuff that we were discussing now. We'll come up a little bit later here. But first, I'm going to start off with something that actually happened this morning in Ottawa. And
I haven't seen it yet, but I know about it.
This is the convoy has returned, just on a slightly smaller scale in regards to one. But okay, the trucker that now left did go there to welcome him. So this particular video does come from Brian Dirksen because I forgot to put that editing in there. And the final part of it is actually a message from the person that's driving the vehicle, and that's Scott Zimmerman. I'll let the video explain the rest.
What I need to do is you understand that. Why? Because you, as a driver, are obliged to provide it.
A public sidewalk in a public area, park on a public sidewalk. Can I park on the park road there? Can I move now? Please. Can I move there?
Not right now.
You can, by all means, you can film, but if you can just stand over there a little bit, okay?
Stand right in front.
What's going to happen is we're going to reach the door, we're going to take you out of this vehicle, and put you in handcuffs. Do you understand that? Okay.
Pedophiles get get thrown in jail without serving the pedophile. And if you get up against pedophiles, they don't like that, do they? Pedophiles don't like it. It's public. It's a public sidewalk, not a maritime law sidewalk owned by corporations and pedophiles. Pedophiles do not own me. They own you. Pedophiles own you for homeless.
Thank you,
want
Scott.
justice, not just bullshit.
Exactly.
You want accountability, not lies, and more deception, and more evil shit. You want freedom. Freedom now.
Freedom to park
You
on
don't
a
stop my
sidewalk.
bank account because I don't keep one.
Right?
Fuck you and your bank account.
So actually, I'm going to just pause it right here for a second here, because Beatrice
What
is
are we
actually asking.
watching?
So a couple of things I will kind of explain for those who are watching here, and for those who may not be familiar. So we're watching in front of Parliament Hill. So for Deana, I know, I'm pretty sure Def has figured out where on Parliament Hill this is. This is kind of in front of between the PMO's office, but it's on the Parliament side, by the way. And this gentleman has just driven onto the sidewalk and parked the love machine, because that's what it's called.
It's
on
very
the
loving.
sidewalk.
There's a
It's a
very loving
public-
man in there.
Yeah, it's a public sidewalk. Therefore, he's like, I should be able to drive my public vehicle on the public sidewalk because of pedophiles.
That's what that means.
Exactly.
Because of
There's
pedophiles.
a lot to unpack with this gentleman.
And they don't own me, and I don't have a bank account.
Exactly. He doesn't have a bank account, so they can't seize his bank account. He's not wrong, but it's wow, and it keeps going. I have cut out a lot, but I try to keep on the essentials to give the
And wait, Brian was like, "Thanks, Scott. Thanks, bud.
yeah.
Thanks for."
Oh, that's I
speaking.
kept it up for the flavor, and the flavor is
No,
so
this is just
very
crazy.
strong. Justice Nairberg, COVID-19 equals murder, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I thought it was Bill C-19. My bad. What was Bill C-19?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh,
No,
good
this
man.
Sidewalk, and obviously, don't rely on Google so much, okay?
fair, Jazzy.
Good
Fair.
police officer.
Good police officer.
Show you. Wow. He is on the move. They've checked him out. Obviously, he's a good man.
Oh yeah, that's what they deduced.
That's what I'm trying to check.
Oh, I know. Okay, so I'll just jump in here.
grab that.
I must be the only one in my family that has Irish blood in them, because I'm here on here trying to park in my damn camper right on Parliament Hill freaking sidewalk. Give me a parking ticket, by the way, but I'm not even going to touch it, so it's not legal. You got to know how this works. Yeah, so here I am down in Ottawa. Like, where are you people? Like, you're just going to keep letting these pedophiles control your ass? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, stand here in Ottawa peacefully and lovingly. We're not going to get hurt. I just proved that. I just parked my camper right there. They didn't shoot me. They didn't do nothing. Give me a ticket. Ooh, I'm so scared. Ooh. Like, come on, man. Don't you know we have to stand up for our own rights and our own divinity? God bless everyone. Have a
Is it
great day.
divinity?
Watch the trucker
Yeah.
that never left. He's a great guy. Cheers.
What is happening there? Oh my god. Dude. You're all over the place. And I don't know, were those track marks?
I don't know what those were. I suspect
Unless he
there's
cut
something
himself
there.
shaving?
Yeah, I saw that, and there was like they're consistent there for about at least 2 days, because I saw some videos from him from the previous day, and they were there. Now, so the background information I kind of got was Dirksen thought he was originally from British Columbia. He is not. This gentleman here, Scott Zimmerman, is from New Brunswick. He drove all the way up there. And apparently there was also word that he might have driven up there because he was in Texas before that. So it might have been a long road trip, and I think that, I guess, there's a chance that he might have had something to help him go up there. But I did watch some other of his videos, and they all have that same concerning theme where, first of all, there's a lot of conspiracy theories in regards to constant use of the word pedophiles, as well as COVID-19, murderer, blah 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 blah. A lot of detachment and
Well, it's just
then he
weird
goes
that
in-
he's fighting for our right to park an RV on a sidewalk where people walk. He's like, okay, and I just want to say that if that person in that vehicle was Arab or brown, they'd be ripped out of that thing and they'd be searching that fucking vehicle.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that kind of pushback as well, the way that he was talking and everything, like all of that same scenario, but just change who's inside. Yeah, for sure.
One other thing I forgot to tell you about him that might fill in a bit. He's a sovereign citizen.
Okay, well, of course he is.
He absolutely is a sovereign citizen. He did state it, and I forgot to put it into the cut there. But yeah, he's absolutely a sovereign citizen, which is why he was saying like, "Oh, I didn't touch the ticket, therefore it's not legal." I know my tricks. I know my rights and I know how the contract of Canada works. That kind of crazy shit.
Nobody's trying to scare you with a ticket. You parked on a sidewalk and you're going to get a ticket. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, I mean, that entire ordeal is.
Why didn't they check his sobriety? He wasn't talking like he was okay.
Yeah, some people talk like that when they are sober. I mean,
I know some people do, but why do they ask people to, whatever? Like,
yeah. Oh no, fair enough.
Sometimes they do, but
I'm pretty sure it wasn't alcohol if he had anything in him.
but they could still, do something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be complex, and it's up to them to figure that out.
Well,
and
that's
something
the thing. It's
prove.
always up to them, right? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I agree. But the other thing too, I mean, this. So aside from the absolute humor and ridiculousness of the entire thing, because it really, really felt like a Trailer Park Boys kind of thing.
Oh, wait. Just everybody, this guy's on the road. Okay. If you're in Ottawa, be careful.
Okay, yeah. Watch out. If you see the love machine, just try to,
don't go on sidewalks.
Yeah.
Nowhere is
safe. The road might be safer. But the second point I had with this
Run
is
to higher ground. Okay.
Yeah. But my second point with this one is the concern I have. This goes back to 2022. And if you remember this, in front of Parliament Hill, as many people not would remember, in front of Parliament Hill, after the convoy, they shut down the roadway of Wellington to walking traffic only. And during that time, we had election, disappointment occurred, but the temporary ban on the walking only area was ending. And Parliament actually reached out to the city saying, listen, can you keep that permanently shut down, at least in front of Parliament Hill? We're willing to pay for it. We're willing to do whatever it takes to do that. But as a safety concern, because this is kind of a safety concern, like no other country has this kind of level of risk to not only just Parliament Hill, but on that same corner that where that RV was, is also the Prime Minister's office. Can we get that shut down to foot traffic only? Because then we can put in barricades. We can prevent the danger of vehicles. For protesters, it'd actually be safer too, because if they're going in there to do a protest, then we don't have to worry about vehicles coming in. We're now freely able to assemble. It becomes kind of a nice little communal area for people to be able to walk around, get some foot traffic. The restaurant that's there could get a little bit more foot traffic business. But more importantly, just general safety. And this episode right here kind of proves exactly the point that they were trying to make. I agreed with, which is, yeah, shut it down to foot traffic only. We've got plenty of roadways around there. This is not going to congest up to downtown.
Put a streetcar in there. And no other.
I don't even know we need a streetcar there, but I mean, I guess you could, but still, I think it's just a waste, really.
I don't know. I just think, like Beatrice said, clear thinking people don't park RVs on sidewalks. there was no need for that other than to just want to fight somebody over something stupid. And Brian Dirksen totally cheering him on is so Brian Dirksen and so fucking stupid.
We should. My response, my only thought on that is, we shut down access to Parliament Hill for public vehicles because we used to be able to drive on there.
Yeah.
Because a bus parked on the lawn.
No,
there was a hijacking situation going on, but still,
park it blasted through, and
it did. But it was all vehicles were able to publicly go there. After that incident occurred, they realized this is not a good thing. They shut it down. Like Parliament Hill learned from the first time. We're now at the second event here in front. How many times the city needs to learn before that this is not a good thing?
I haven't quite made up my mind about whether or not cars should go there or not. I haven't really heard the arguments other than the one you're proposing, but I don't know.
I haven't heard any argument aside from traffic. It's the only argument. And it's more important to have traffic or to address traffic than it is to address safety.
Yeah. But like what are the probabilities of it being unsafe other than that one time where we had a bunch of assholes park their vehicles? I mean, we have this guy going on the sidewalk, but I mean, he's the same crew. But
you're talking about location. First of all, Parliament Hill and the Prime Minister's office are a target. Like that's just they have a high risk because they're going to be a target for whatever it's going to be. And while you can't absolutely eliminate all sort of,
but they can't get at the PMO with the car. It's a fortress. Like it's made out of stone. It's got iron gates. And you crash your vehicle in there, your vehicle's the one that's going to be smushed. Yeah, you might do some damage to the stonework, but I don't think you're getting in, especially when you have to walk up those steps. I don't know.
There's more safety concerns than just that. And again, PBS, I mean, again, I'm not crazy about supporting PBS and different things, but this one, I can't see them being wrong.
Yeah.
Like I completely see all the risk factors. Like Congress in the States, you cannot drive close to Congress. Like it's impossible. There's no routes. Like they had a convoy in the States trying to do the same thing. They couldn't get close to it. There was no physical way for them to do. Why? Safety concern. They don't want to have that kind of danger close to them. Most other places will do the same thing. Why aren't we? Oh, kitty.
Ginny decided to come visit again.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. We're going to stick around in Ottawa, and we're going to go to also something else that came up this week, as actually we helped start up giving some information on. And I mentioned, and I'm talking about obviously James Larrabee. So James Larrabee, seen here with some of the Wellington Street regulars, has been arrested for a very, very problematic list of charges. So, as Ottawa Police announced, today Ottawa Police, Police Services Sexual Assault and Child Abuse Unit arrested and charged an Ottawa resident with with sexual offenses following an investigation that commenced in 2024. James Edmund Larrabee, 39 years of age, is charged with one count each of the following: abduct person under 16 years, sexual interference with a person under 16 years of age, invitation to sexual touching, sexual assault, unlawfully possess child pornography, transmit child pornography, print, publish, possess, to publish child sexual abuse material, make available sexually explicit material to person under or believed under 18 for specific criminal offenses, telecommunication with a person under or believed under 18 years of for specific criminal offenses, failed to comply with probation order. Total of 10 charges.
What probation order? I'm going to have to go to the courthouse and find out what he was on probation for.
So I got a little bit of information on that.
Okay. Hey, stop.
So he has a history of criminal history in regards to mostly violent acts. He's threats and assaults have been under, from my understanding, it's threats and assaults.
Yeah.
I'm again, it's not official. That needs to be kind of confirmed, but that's my understanding. So, failure to comply would be the probation orders from some previous charges that would have been there, and more than likely
Well,
something
yeah,
to do with.
obviously.
I'm assuming keep the peace. This might be with his that
Okay.
particular
Well, that
violation.
doesn't tell me what he was charged with, so I'm going to go find out what he was charged with. You said
Yeah.
something violent. That doesn't help.
True, correct. I don't have the exact details. I tried to look him up too, also for this, but I couldn't find that.
No, I'll go to the courthouse. I've got his age now. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
The interesting thing in regards to him is his lawyer back in 2014, again with combinations of charges that he had for as long back as then. His lawyer
He would have been
that he was
27.
using at the time ran and left the country because the lawyer was charged with child sex crime charges. And obviously left a bunch of left us a lot of his clients in the lurch in regards to it. I just thought this is like the weirdest, bizarre thing.
Well, I guess who's going to take on a child predator, if not a child predator? I don't know. As a client,
Perhaps, but yeah,
maybe he's looking for.
I mean, I have no
new
idea in
victims.
regards to them in 2014, but the thing was definitely because his charges look like they would have been. The investigation started in 2024, is what the police said in regards to Larrabee's, which means it could have been any time beforehand. But it's still, I mean, 2014 was when his lawyer took off. This would have been 12 years ago. It's, I mean, birds of a feather is definitely a potential there, Beatrice, but it's just really, really, really messed up.
Birds of a feather? We'll be getting to that soon.
Fair enough. We have some more interesting arrest stuff too. But I mean,
he's a disgusting, gross human. Now, none of these charges have been proven in court, but the probability of him getting charged 12 years ago in 2014 or having charges. Sorry, I don't know if he was charged in 2014, but
no, he wasn't charged. His lawyer was charged for sex crimes.
But what was he? What was he?
He was charged with this. If I remember correctly, when I read the article, it was assaults. Is what he was being charged for. These could be the very ones that he was on probation for all we know.
That's a long time to be on probation. But maybe they had to postpone his trial. But that's a long time to postpone the trial. I don't think so.
Also depends the severity of.
I think this guy gets charged a lot. Something tells me.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
There might be more than one.
He's from Ottawa. It's going to be easy. I'll be able to get his entire. Well, I mean, 2014 is a long time. I don't think they're going to go that far back, but we'll see.
I'm sure there'll be enough to see a pattern.
Yeah. But this is a Wellington Street regular friend. This is a friend of theirs. I saw him many times when I
did notice a lot of the Wellington Street regulars who are always, and this is something I even posted about. I'm like, these guys are very much big on saying they're family.
That's your family, buds.
I mean, he shared space with a lot of them, from like Matt Venn to Carl Grant to 3-Stitch Steve, as you saw in the photos there, to even Melissa McGee. They're all very tight, but
part of the
these guys are all very tight. When you see them, these people together in person, they're all say like, "Oh, we're family. We're this. We're that. We're the freedom fighter family." And then when one of them's caught, like, no, we don't know him.
Christine really Cameron, Chris Stacey, Mimi or Francine Corsi, Rob Corsi. Oh yeah, Richard Longjoy.
Absolutely.
William O'Bray.
Yep.
Yeah, Claude Contois. They're all like this.
They're tight until they choose not to be.
Well, I mean, these are the same people that like to yell pedophile at innocent people. Meanwhile, we keep finding them in their group. Weird. So fucking weird.
It's true. Very much so. Now we move from here to Saskatchewan. This one is it's kind of interesting. So, Saskatchewan man convicted of impersonating a police officer, assault, once again arrested for hate speech. Because why not?
Once again.
So, this seems like a random article until we get to a point where I wanted to make sure to point it out to everybody. A Southeast Saskatchewan man who founded the now defunct Canadian Nationalist Party. That's right.
Oh, it's a
No, he's a
Nazi.
It's always Nazi.
It's a Nazi.
Has once again been arrested for hate speech. Shocker. Travis Patron of Red River, Saskatchewan, was charged with one count of willful promotion of hatred on April 10th following an extended investigation. Just shy of a year earlier, on April 16, 2025, Carlisle, RCMP received a report of hateful material being posted online in a public forum. The investigation determined that someone was willfully promoting hatred against an identifiable group. That investigation ended with Patron's arrest. The accused is set to appear in Carlisle Provincial Court on May 13th. Now you may ask, what else has he done? Let me tell you. In June 2022, Patron was found guilty of 2 counts of assault causing bodily harm related to the assault of 2 Regina teachers in 2019.
Teachers.
Later that year, he was found guilty of hate speech in connection to an anti-Semitic video posted online. In August 2023, Patron was arrested in Saskatoon for impersonating a police officer in a pair of incidents. The first incident saw Patron approaching a woman with her child, identify herself as police, and accuse her of an abduction.
Oh my God.
Patron
how
was sentenced
fucking
to 15
scary
months in
is
jail.
that? Can you imagine
Terrifying.
being with your child? Oh my God. What a fucking psycho.
Patron was sentenced to 15 months in jail for that offense. He unsuccessfully appealed both the conviction and sentence with Saskatchewan's highest court, ruling that Patron's arguments were irrelevant to the charges he faced. I pointed this one out because all I can think of, because again, as we discuss all these different people, you can just, as if I see that in an article, all I'm thinking is it's going to be some sort of weird, like just absolute crazy, unhinged arguments. And I'm thinking like a Brian Dirksen or maybe Zimmerman or any of the other ones that will just spew out whatever nonsense that the court has to go through. And like, it's no. But he's not done yet. Additionally, Patron served as the leader of the Canadian Nationalist Party, which was deregistered in 2022 after falling below the required 250-member threshold. He led the party during the 2019 federal election. The party described one of its aims as maintaining Canada's European-descended demographic majority.
Well, that's a real winning policy, asshole.
Nazi. If not Nazi, why Nazi-shaped?
Totally Nazi.
Yeah.
Well.
So, yes. So, Shelley, I think that answered the question.
I need a
why you
picture.
don't see them.
Let's see what this idiot looks like.
There wasn't much of the picture for him. I can see if I can pull it up from the article. I can try to bring it up for you.
What's his first name again? You said Patron.
Here we go. I got the picture right here.
Sweet.
So it's not a clear picture of him.
It's okay.
But I think you can get enough of the flavor, so to speak. That's him in the middle.
No wonder he hates himself. Okay.
there's something about that. I'm like, again, I'm not trying to do.
It's a look.
And whatnot.
It's a fuck. No, there is a look to it. There is a look.
It's-
He looks like he's brothers with fucking what's that idiot's name? Kevin Goudreau. Like they could be cousins, or they could be.
Yeah.
You know, their parents could be cousins, and
Yeah.
they're
He
brothers.
is. Yeah. He's. There is a look. It's one of those. I'm looking at him like, I'm not surprised. I think is kind of like my feeling. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to judge appearance. Look at me. I'm like, fuck. But I'm like, I'm not surprised that he looks like that for being the again Nazi. I'm calling him a Nazi. I don't give a shit.
He is a Nazi. He said he knows he's a
Absolutely.
Nazi.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
think he
he-
thinks it's a bad thing to be a Nazi. Like Adrian, they're proud of
Yeah.
that shit.
No, absolutely. Oh, I may have another photo of him if you want. No.
No, I don't need it. I don't care. I just needed to have an idea.
Yeah. Now you got the idea.
I understand. It's clear.
But yeah, so Nazis be Nazis. Nazis be Naziing around. Now we're moving up to our regular segment now. Police updates.
Police corruption. It's
Police
becoming
corruption.
quite regular, so this will be a regular feature.
As long as they keep having some corruptive things, we're going to keep pointing it out, reminding people. Yeah, be careful. Police aren't there for you.
No.
No, that's an interesting point, Beatrice. We'll have to take a look at that. So, police updates for this week. We'll start off with actually Project South and an update in regards to it. 6 Toronto police officers charged in the Project South now suspended without pay. That meaning so now the 6 ones are now without pay. The 7th one officer charged in Project South, which wasn't counted, Constable Derek McCormick, who was the first suspended without pay, will no longer get paid as of May 1st. Davey said McCormick was served a notice of suspension without pay on March 2nd. It would take take effect 60 days, which means, and there was no clarity in this regards to this article, if they're without pay now. Oh, sorry, no, I think they were notified earlier when they were arrested that they were going to be suspended without pay. So it took 60 days for them to not get paid.
No,
Thoughts?
they were served a notice without pay on March 2nd, and it would take 60 days. So May 2nd is when they're not going to get paid anymore.
Yeah, well, that's for the 7th one.
Oh, okay.
McCormick was that way. So he's going to be taking a little bit longer. The other ones are now without pay. So,
whatever.
Thoughts on that? I mean,
they shouldn't be getting paid.
Agreed. It's a strange one. There's the weird innocent until proven guilty kind of stuff, but it's a little weird.
That doesn't happen in any other industry.
No, there isn't.
So if you are found innocent in any other industry, then you need to fight to get your compensation back. I don't feel bad if a cop's not going to get paid and they're not even working. And they made lots of money, allegedly.
Well, they made lots of money, allegedly, not only from their police job, because you can get that now because they're all on the Sunshine List, but also by sounds of it, by side hustles.
Correct.
Like extortion and other
murder. Hits.
I don't know about the murder, but definitely there's
weren't they part of the? Didn't we? Weren't they hiring? I believe
there might have been conspiracies. There was a
gangs to do hit jobs and stuff.
Yeah, there was conspiracies of that, but I don't think there was any confirmed one that was in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you read that.
I think it was just more conspiracies. Now, we get to the next one, which is in Windsor Police. Excuse me. Windsor Police officer charged with breach of trust. So this one is a little bit smaller, so I'll read it for you guys. A member of Windsor Police has been charged with breach of trust following an investigation by Ontario Provincial Police. On August 2023, the Windsor Police requested assistance of the OPP in an investigation investigating an allegation of misconduct. The investigation was led by the OPP Criminal Investigation Branch. On April 7th, 2026, Constable Kenneth Campo was arrested and charged with breach of trust, contrary to Section 122 of the Criminal Code. Constable Campo, a member of the Windsor Police since 2007, has been removed from active duty pending further review. Formal proceedings have started to suspend him without pay. Again, they don't get suspended without pay right away. I understand that this incident will affect public trust, and I take that seriously. Trust is built through our actions every day, and we're committed to earning it by being open, being accountable, and taking the right actions, said Windsor Police Chief Jason Crowley. Our priority right now is to fully support the investigation and continue serving the community with professionalism and integrity. As a matter of the courts, no further information will be released.
Okay.
Sorry, as the matter is before the courts, no further information will be released.
I guess there's a publication ban.
I'm going to assume that there is.
All right.
Depending on whatever that mistrust.
I'm interested in knowing what he did, but anyway.
Absolutely. I believe his charges should be at least be made public.
But is he being charged? The charge is public. He was charged with the breach of trust.
Yeah, the charge is the breach of trust. So yeah, so the charge is the breach of trust. Let me see what I can get. Or I can get information on that. In Canada, Section 122, breach of trust by a public official, and Section 336, criminal trust. Well, we want 122. Every official who, while acting in their official capacity, commits fraud or breach of trust is guilty of an indictable offense, up to 5 years, or summary conviction. So, unfortunately, that could be a wide range of what that might be.
It could be a lot of things.
Yeah. If we get more information on it, we'll keep track as we're trying to keep track of the other ones as they're coming through. Project South is going to be the easiest one to track, as it's going to be the most publicly viewed one. But again, we're probably not going to see anything for that one, I think. I'd guess for a couple of months, with the exception of maybe the bail review. And finally, this one's more of a concern for everybody.
Including a plot to murder an Ontario correctional officer. Yes. They were hiring a hitman.
Oh, yes. There was but again, it was a plot. It wasn't the actual thing. That was the potential conspiracy. That was bugging.
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a charge.
No, I'm not saying conspiracy theory. If I say conspiracy, then I apologize.
Okay.
But yeah. So. But yeah. Moving on. We shall now go over to. This is not quite. Problems with police in regards to dishonorable conduct. This is more problems with police in regards to potential.
No,
abuse.
this is ridiculous. No, potential. It is abuse. Full stop.
I haven't even brought up the article yet.
I thought we were doing the AI guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. So then I stick with what I just said. It is abuse. Full stop.
So
there's no reasonable explanation why they need fucking facial recognition on their body cameras. None.
So I'm very much on the same page. Our arguments are probably going to be slightly different as to why we're on the same page on this one. But again, it still comes down to horrible. But before we get into that, let's actually go through the details so you guys catch up to us. Edmonton police are testing AI facial recognition body cameras. 50 officers are now using Axon cameras that compare faces to databases of people with safety flags or serious warrants. Coincidentally, Edmonton police chief recently traveled to Israel to meet with Israeli police.
Yeah, and he got a lot of flack for it. Remember when we brought that up? Fucking goof.
Yeah.
Nazi.
So, go to Israel, have a few laps, come back with 50 body cameras, apparently, from Axon.
Yeah.
I would be curious as to who made the AI facial recognition. So, my first issue, a lot of my issues have to do with technology. For example, while facial recognition is kind of improving, it's going to have problems. And the irony here that they're showing an Asian woman, they're going to have some problems in regards to certain people that do have.
Doesn't even look like the same Asian woman in their fucking picture.
True. The point is, just because the AI says it looks like the person doesn't necessarily mean it is the person.
Right.
Even people make mistakes at identifying who's who.
And AI is racist.
It is. It absolutely is. Well, AI feeds from human data, and humans are racist.
Correct.
But yeah, so
it's part of the racist system. It's just another tool in the system that will further hurt people, vulnerable people within the system. On top of the fact of what I said in my tweet, the body cameras are because incidents would happen and cops would fucking lie. And body cameras were what we were going to have so that you can say that the police officer is protected too, but we know they turn off their body cameras. How many times do cops turn off their body cameras? But it's to hold them accountable when they abuse their authority, abuse their power, which we see a lot. And instead now, they're going to be putting facial recognition. You can't stop somebody and ask them for their ID. You are not allowed to ID somebody unless you have reasonable and probable cause. And now these guys are able to ID everybody. Like, that is such an invasion. Like, I am so disgusted by the fact that at the speed that this is happening. And by the way, I think those grocery checkouts were the biggest scam of our lifetime, because not only are they doing facial recognition while you go through the Walmart scanner, then you're inserting your fucking payment, which is tied to all of your personal information, which is your credit card or your bank card. So you're just giving these grocery stores all of that shit all at once in one easy swipe. Like, they give a shitty service by having to scan our own fucking items and then wait for somebody because there's a 30% discount on it, or the price is wrong, or you double scanned by accident, whatever it is. And then on top of that, you're just giving these corporations all of your fucking information right away together. It's one thing that you're walking through their mall and they've got cameras or whatever. It's a whole other thing that you're standing right in front of the camera.
It keeps reminding me of what's it was an okay movie. It was a movie called Minority Report. It had Tom Cruise in it. And one particular thing I remember was at the time they had technology which did retina scan.
Yeah.
So wherever you went, where you moved around to, people, the systems would always knew who you were.
Yeah.
It was an element of the plot because they needed to sort of convince people that he needed to hide, so he had to go change his eyeballs because he needed a different retina to identify somebody else.
Yeah,
and it was interesting because while we don't have that technology, thank God, we do have AI, and it was interesting in regards to the concepts and looking back at this. Like, yeah, I could totally see marketing going with this now. Where
it's gonna happen.
Absolutely. It was fantastic because you saw him as he's walking around within the mall, and with his with the new eyes that he had, he was being referred to as a different gentleman. And you watch, like, even the billboards were reacting because they saw who they identified him as and would start doing personalized advertising to him.
Right.
Like, hey, welcome back, Mr. I think it was Yakamoto. Did you really enjoy the pants you bought last time? We've got some new selections this week, kind of thing.
Which is what Avi Lewis brought up just recently, is the fact that we're going to have these, what is it called again, with the price? Like, I can buy something and you can buy something and they'll be totally different prices because it's some sort of scanning thing catered to us, and I don't remember what it's called. Somebody help me out here.
I'll have to take a look in that. I haven't checked it myself, but I don't think that's an impossibility.
It's happening. That's why
yeah.
one of the leaders of our political parties, is bringing it up.
Surge pricing, but surge pricing. So I've associated surge pricing right now in regards to
surveillance pricing.
Yeah. See, that sounds different. Surge pricing is very much specific. As different times of the day, the price will fluctuate. That kind of makes sense. Uber is renowned for surge pricing. When they have a large demand on the cars, they try to push it back.
This is different.
This is very different. If it's surveillance pricing, that means if these two faces, mine and Dina's, go to the store and we're being offered a price and it's a different price depending who gets to the cash because of the face, that's going to be a different thing.
Well, what they're doing is they're monitoring our spending habits and then changing prices based on that. So if you're the type of person who usually saves money because you're buying certain things because you know it's less expensive or it's on sale, you don't get that anymore. You don't get that freedom anymore. They're going to make sure that they get the amount of money that they need to get from you. That's what surveillance.
Let's be honest here. They're already getting the money they need.
Well, they're getting
the money way beyond the money they need.
No, it's far. Yes, it's far more. Yeah. So if you are frugal and you know how to spend because you only have so much money, you know, you're on ODSP or you're on OW or you're a single parent or, you know, whatever you work to part-time, whatever, like low paying jobs, you're just trying to make ends meet. And so you're frugal and you only buy certain things that are on sale or whatever. You don't get that anymore. There's no such thing as that anymore.
Right.
Surge price. It's surveillance
surge pricing.
No, surge pricing is what you were talking about with
Uber.
Uber.
It's exactly. Yeah. Surge pricing is Uber. It's very much based on the idea of like based on how much you make. Sorry, now based on how much availability of resource there is, they'll go up and go down. This is not a new concept. You've had surge pricing since you've had a car. That's how the gas pumps work.
Vaccines, baby. Yeah. You can look at something and then go back and all of a sudden it's more expensive. Oh yeah. And it even tracks how long your mouse, thanks for reminding me. It even tracks how long your mouse hovers over a certain item or how long you stay on that item. So it's like totally tracking everything, which is why you got to mix it up now and try to fucking confuse.
So brick and mortars will be difficult to do that, but online shopping, yeah, that's going to be impossible to prove. Yeah. I mean, short of you and I sort of like looking side by side when we're both on websites to go take a look at different things, it's going to be difficult to track. Yeah. So yeah, AI is here to be your friend and
it's here to fuck you over.
It's not. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys.
Anyway, the police are the last people that I need to have doing facial recognition. They already have way too much power as it is. We don't need to be fucking like, ew.
I don't know. Get the AI to monitor the police instead.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Speaking of investigations, we bring you the Fifth Estate. Not we ourselves. So why we bring up the Fifth Estate, it's because of their documentary they just recently pushed out. Now, for those who have watched it, you'll know exactly what we're talking about, which is the Ostrich Farm. If you haven't, I invite you, Deana and I both invite you to go take a look at it. It's available for free on YouTube as well as on the CBC page. I see it right now. It is the episode called The Ostrich Con. It's roughly 45 minutes and it's free. So you can go watch and see this investigation.
And if you're like me, it's on YouTube, but you can
absolutely
once you go on it, if you don't have a lot of time like me, you can do playback speed. I just watched it again right before our show, like after we talked about the other episode. But you can speed. See, I speed up all of them. Anything I'm listening to, I speed it up to depending on how fast or slow the person talks. I speed it up and I can just watch an hour-long thing in like half an hour.
So you can speed it up, slow down, pause it, Resuming if you need to see it in chunks, that's totally fine.
It's
But
worth
yeah,
it.
if it is worth it. And for those who have watched it, we have watched it ourselves. I think it's absolutely well done in
It
regards
is.
to the point that they were trying to do. One of the criticisms I heard is that, and I get the argument too. I've heard from quite a few people, especially from some of us who actually went sort of really watched sort of the entire evolution of this thing right from the get go. And I'm not talking about like from the farm. I'm talking about from when the convoy kind of showed up and how this thing turned into a circus.
Yeah.
Um,
I heard about it
there
over
is a
the phone.
lot. Sorry.
I heard about it from you over the phone.
Oh, you did. You did. You did. Yeah.
I was away.
Yeah, I was podcasting to Deana
and
as she
as
was
somebody
on a
who's
trip.
in, like, yes, I'm locked away from that. They were not reporting about any of this on mainstream because we still get the news, right? So we're not
Mhm.
seeing any of that. And Joe's
No.
just like, he there's no way you can explain it to somebody, and you have to see it for yourself, because he's explaining it to me and I'm like, this sounds so stupid and ridiculous.
Same emotion you feel once you see it.
Yeah. But then
To be
at one
honest, yeah.
point I was like, because CTV did a fluff piece on them and made it
Yep.
sound like these birds, like there's a possibility for testing. And the way that they presented it almost had me fooled for a little bit, because I was just like talking to Joe and I'm like, well, why don't they test them? Like they didn't go through the whole point. It doesn't matter. Or why don't they research? Like, why don't they, if these sick things aren't sick, then don't kill
Yep.
them. Because I do have a heart. I don't want animals to die for no reason, but there's a
Nobody does.
reason. There's an
Mhm.
actual reason, because I don't want other animals to die for no reason, because these people didn't take care of their shit. And the fact that they're sitting there screaming and wailing because these animals are going to be killed. Meanwhile, they let these things die all over the place in their fucking farm, and they're, throwing them in the incinerator and also
That was
leaving
interesting.
them. Huh?
Yep.
Well, not
So
incinerator, but they burned them.
no. But sorry, it wasn't an incinerator. But no, it's an interesting point you bring up because I don't think it was an incinerator, but they did set fires to burn them,
Yeah,
and it
because the
was one of those
neighbors couldn't
details.
handle it. Like, so that you can't get away from the smell.
Yeah, and it was one of those details when we heard. So the things that I learned from this documentary that
Yeah.
I didn't have beforehand. Most of the stuff I was watching over as again, I watched this quite a bit with some others, and the stuff I did learn that we didn't know ahead of time was one was the fact that they did burn the bodies and incinerate them, which makes sense now as to why somebody would have made the call. As well as the interview with at the end with Dr. I believe Dr. Nakamoto at in regards to
How does name start with an S? But anyways, okay.
oh yeah
Tsukamoto, I think.
I think you might be right. I don't have the notes here to find it, but I'll take a look for it. But yeah, as like his particular message at the end in regards in the interview as to what's going on, because a lot of the rhetoric that these guys were saying was like all the research and this doctor is all there, coming in at the end saying like, yeah, well, an ostrich is an ostrich. I mean, I was looking at them for just sources of eggs, but there's nothing
I don't want
magical
sick
about these
ones.
things.
And he's
I
like,
don't
I
want
don't,
sick ones.
yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
the ones that are sick. And
Yeah.
having the residents of Edgewood speak to it was really great. And
It
like
was
how
fantastic.
and how they know them as, liars.
Tsukamoto.
Tsukamoto, yeah. And how they know them as liars, but they never thought that they would take it this far. Having that one supporter who went, who realized that it was all just a grift. I think Sisu was right when Sisu made a post about how she wished that they would have brought up the two people that died. But I mean, if there's no way that they can, attach it to the story of H1N1, because this was about them trying to make money off of some pseudoscience bullshit of these birds. So But yeah.
You're absolutely right. And it was one of my issues I had with, it's not an issue, but it's one of those things I did look at the whole thing and just said like, well, they should have had this. And I kept on hearing people, it's like, they should have this, that, should have had that. I'm like, it was a 1 hour episode. So they want to be focused. And I thought it was kind of interesting where they did a good job in regards to trimming out the noise.
Yeah.
And when it came to the sideshow of the convoy showing up at the farm, in regards to what was going on with the Ostrich farm, the CFIA, and what needed to be done, based on what the evidence was, and the evidence was clear. Birds have avian flu. That needs to go, and that needs to be dealt with immediately. They need to be called because not only is it required for containment purposes, it's also required in our trade treaties with
Yeah.
other countries. So these are huge things for them to be doing. And so the fact that they just focused on that kind of added some good benefits so that they focus on the farm, what it was doing, its calls out, whatnot. Because you're right, we could have gone through the entire sideshow,
Well,
and then we
no.
start getting into the unalivings, and
Yeah.
then
But not only that,
and
you
the
start.
suicide.
Well, and then there was the threats and they brought up the
Yeah.
threats of the CFIA, but then
Mhm.
which I it's interesting because there was a post that Chris Dacey posted of the RCMP sergeant, I think,
Yeah.
who warned him about doxing and stuff. And
Mhm.
I have a feeling those two are related, where
Yeah.
he posted all this shit about the CFIA and the police and whatever. And eventually somebody identified one of the CFIA workers and doxed them. And they want to pretend that they have nothing to do with any of this stuff. Nobody fucking believes you. Okay. This is what you guys do. And so this CFIA person who was doxxed actually had to be relocated because they were getting violent threats and even sexual assault threats to his family, like his wife, which is, or her wife, the CFIA
It's CFIA
employee's
agents.
wife.
Yeah.
And the neighbor, I want to bring this up. The neighbor
was
who
mentioned
got
too.
punched, well, she was also interviewed.
Yeah.
But the fact that, what's Katie's mother's name? Karen?
Karen. Yes.
Okay. Of course. So Karen tries to spew some bullshit that it was a plant. No, bitch. That's Tim Regan. And he's part of the convoy that you guys fucking begged to come to your fucking farm. You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Okay? Your neighbor almost got murdered because you guys put a fucking target on her back. And you decided that she was the one who called the authorities on you. Well, guess what? You heard from the other neighbors too. All of your neighbors are talking about you and how shitty you are at raising your ostriches and having them die all over the place. You fucking bitch. It's your people. Those are your people that are violent, that try to kill people, burn their fucking houses down. Fuck you. God.
Or park RVs in the middle of sidewalks.
Yeah.
Parliament Hill.
It's fucking people, man. They're ridiculous. Yeah, that burned me. And I heard it twice because I watched it twice, and it fucking burns me when they try to play this bullshit. Oh, he was a plant. No, you stupid bitch. And they lied about who was on their board. They took a scientist from Harvard University and put him as the first as an advisory to their whatever it is. And this man had no idea what this company was and was concerned that they were using his name.
Well, I'd be concerned too. I mean, if you put my name on some organization without my permission,
especially when you have a reputation. Oh my God, these people are nuts. And then Dave tries to turn around and say, "Oh, well, we were looking at him to be on there." No, that's not what you did there, you lying sack of shit. That documentary was perfect because it shows exactly how much fucking liars it is. It takes a special kind of stupid to make yourself so goddamn public. And then it was a drone it must have been a drone that shot the ostrich. Yeah, it was drone, because you see what happens all over the world with drones. Did you see what happened to Maduro? You fucking idiot. And the reporter is just like, what does it have to do with Edgewood?
There was absolutely a lot there was a lot of details. And again, there's a lot of history in regards to Dave Blinsky, the gentleman in question, who is now, as we reported just about a couple of weeks back, he's now got a new batch of ostriches. So
disgusting. They shouldn't be allowed to own animals.
I had a discussion too, and while I agree with you on that, the problem is that nobody's brought that issue to court in regards to animal cruelty. Remember, you need to have a charge in regards to that for you to get a ban.
That should have happened when they're finding dead ostriches all over the fucking place. That's an easy one. We didn't know they were sick. We just tried to burn them and hide them. We thought it was a bacterial infection. Okay, then why didn't you call the fucking vet? Why do you still have animals if your animals are getting sick and dying and you're not calling a vet to come fucking see what's going on?
I agree in regards to like there could have been enough evidence there to charge for animal cruelty. I'm a little surprised that they didn't.
These are your pets. Don't you want to know how they died for real?
Yeah.
If my cat just suddenly died, you don't think I'm going to try to figure out why my cat just died? Like, unless it's obvious, the car hit them or something.
Oh, absolutely. But I did grab one of the responses from Katie Pasitny. As many of you guys know, she is the daughter of Karen, and she was one of the she was one of the loudest voices in regards to. Well, she was very tearful about the whole thing.
Sure. I didn't see a goddamn tear come out of those fucking eyes. I just saw a lot of wailing.
Well, when she doesn't have the onion juice around.
Right.
Now, as if that CBC Fifth Estate episode was not like watching your girlfriend go through the worst breakup of her life and her boyfriend coming to your door and trying to slander her and tell you a bunch of lies, trying to convince you that she's a bad person. It's a paid for propaganda machine by our Canadian government to distract us from the narrative of the truth of the destruction that the Canadian Food Inspection Agency inflicted on our farm that the world watched. Another thing, Dr. Tsukamoto had wrote us an email after CBC went and visited or did the Zoom call with him, interview. And he felt completely ambushed. And he said they just kept saying to him, do you know it's a scam? Are you part of this scam? He was overwhelmed.
They never said that.
There's a part in there when he said an ostrich is an ostrich. Now that's absolutely true. But what they leave out is that an ostrich, their antibodies are 40% more potent than chicken antibodies.
What are we talking about?
Anything more from a paid propaganda machine that's paid for by your government, set out to control a narrative rather than look at the facts. They came to investigate and interview a hate group. By chance, we found out that they were, and we took on the hard questions because we have nothing to hide. And so we're proud about that. And we are just really disgusted with the mainstream media control of the narrative and trying to spin it and take the attention off the Canadian Food Inspection Agency's actions and the failures, the systemic failures in our government. And who is CBC? It is a propaganda machine paid by the Canadian government. And that message that the Canadian government wants to go out, that's the message that was going to go out. It was never going to be unbiased. I really ask all of you guys, please, to go to National Citizens Inquiry. That is what we were offering. Was an opportunity to mitigate a viral threat using a more natural way that Big Pharma definitely would not want us to have. And that's what we were trying to pitch to the government.
They literally said that these ostriches have weight loss antibodies. What the fuck is weight loss antibodies? They don't know what an antibody is. They have no idea what it means.
It's a great marketing thing.
Oh yeah, anything antibody. Just say the word antibodies, and it must be good.
All I hear in my head when they start talking about antibodies and then the natural antibodies and this and that, I'm like, all I hear is just that sound clip of like, what does that mean? Nobody knows what it means, but it sounds provocative.
No one's gonna know.
Exactly. It's great marketing.
So brutal. She's ridiculous. I can't believe that many people are that fucking stupid that they would fucking follow. And not only follow, did they raise about $300,000, I think?
So, I mean, they're definitely going to be aggressively trying to attack this because they're still going to be dealing with the debt of it. Although Dave Blinsky's already said, like, well, I guess we're going bankrupt again. All right. Comfortable in that idea. But he's got another investor to go off on there. They're still going to be foot with that bill from the courts.
Fuck did he convince another? Maybe the investor might be thinking twice now that they saw the CBC.
You saw that investor. He's convoy line. They're not. They already bought the birds. The money's already in there. It's not our money.
Whatever. Yeah, I don't care.
Whatever. Yeah. They get the birds. They're going to do whatever they do with the birds. I'm also wondering, like, what about, like, the clients that get that? I imagine they sell mostly to the States, so hard to tell. I don't know.
The poor people of Edgewood, it's like 2.0 now. Starting all over again.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where Dave is going to be raising these birds, if it's the same farm or not. There's
still have the same farm.
Yeah. There's the case of their particular farm right now that they're being evicted from. We're still waiting to hear back some more information in regards to that.
Okay.
And because I think it's coming up this month, if not next. To go check the notes. And so I'm not too sure what's going on there. But again, these guys have been doing this for a while. They're going to be figuring it out. And this is not their first rodeo.
Sounds like a very small town. And then you've got like Garlic Girl and her family who were trying to be all supportive of this bullshit. You know, I think the town's going to be pretty.
I mean, the town wasn't crazy about all the kerfuffle, the commotion. I mean, it's a small town, and I've known and talked to some people who were actually close to that town. They're familiar with the people. We said it's a small town. There's also a retirement community that's kind of in there. So a lot of the people there are older.
Yeah.
They don't mind sort of the traffic and everything else. Sorry?
They play pickleball.
They play pickleball, exactly. They play pickleball. They're kind of relaxed, but you know they didn't want like some sort of crazy thing going on there, like this entire sideshow showing up in a farm and causing all sorts of ruckus. And again, we know the convoys and people when they're getting gathered, they're not quiet. They'll be constantly making noise.
No, they had Tamara Leach there playing her shitty fucking music.
Yeah, if the ostriches weren't traumatized already.
Right. Yeah. Oh dear.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, all that stuff was in there, so you guys should check out the documentary.
Absolutely. Go take a look at it. That said, there's another documentary about the convoy. About the ostriches coming out.
Yeah, by Rebel News. Culling the Cure.
Culling the Cure. A Rebel News documentary. Aftermath of Canada's ostrich slaughter. AKA, give us some money too.
Yeah.
So, because Katie and others have been like, yeah, we're going to get you a nice, unbiased documentary by Rebel News.
This time, Chris Stacey will make it in.
Hey, I said it with a straight face. I'm just impressed if they will say it with a straight face. God damn it.
You know he was like this, waiting, like trying to see if he was in any of the B-roll and nothing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Jim Kerr made part of it.
He did, just very briefly with his,
Jim Kerr kind of makes sense. I mean, he was there for a long time, being one of the loudest voices there at the farm, talking to as many people as possible.
Yeah, Chris Dacey just went and tried to make trouble with the cops and cry about it.
Dacey showed up late, kind of did some stuff, and kind of was kind of in the background.
He was trying to manufacture other sort of conflicts and stuff. So that was his role, like he usually does here.
Yeah.
God, what a nice fucking break.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah.
No conflicts at the Palestinian protests since he's been gone. He tries to say, they're all so violent or whatever. Guess what? There hasn't been any issues since you've been gone, bitch. Yeah. God, you're the problem. That'd be you.
Exactly.
But I think it's great that, he's had so many different police officers warn him about his conduct and his behavior at these protest sites and stuff like that.
It's like a pattern of a...
It's like a pattern.
It's like a pattern, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is like a pattern.
And it's almost like the police, and I don't want to say that I sound like police, but like the things that I was saying to him, it's weird that the police were saying the same things to him.
Yeah. Sound like a cop now. Weird.
Maybe.
Their little baton.
It's a flag thing, but the flag is not on it. I don't know where the flag is.
Yeah. Final point. Go take a look in regards to the documentary. Let us know what you think. And I posted the link in there, but I'll probably send out a tweet later on with the link to the article. And again, 45 minutes.
The video. It's on Sisu, and I posted it.
Yeah, it's on Czu's. I'll link the article to the CBC one. There is a YouTube one too. I'll add it in there and enjoy. Because now we need to go and talk about
another crazy. Is he from Toronto?
I believe he is. Now we need to talk about Canada Land. So I believe.
Hi, Jesse. I'm so glad you watch our show.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
So Jesse Brown of Canada Land, we discussed him, I believe, last episode, so about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Where we were discussing that he was doing some weird sus things.
Like fishing.
Particularly, he was setting up links to people and asking them to go take a look at certain things.
While he was fishing for their IP address.
He was fishing for their IP address.
And now we can say he was doing it.
We absolutely can. So when we discussed this article, we thought it was a little suspicious, and we were kind of trying to figure out what it was. And it's kind of fun when they just explain what they were doing. So I've got some particular points in regards to his particular episode, the hour and a half of it, of him trying to explain what he was doing. But
an hour and a half, you guys. This is where speeding things up comes in. And you can't if you go directly to his website. But lucky for me, it wouldn't play past 12 minutes for some reason. And so Joe sent it to me over Messenger, and I was able to speed it up to ×2 so that I didn't have to fucking an hour and a half of that guy talking. Actually, not that guy talking.
So I've reduced it to a couple of level points, but we'll start off with, we'll discuss this in a second here.
Our Reddit fucking sucks.
It's so bad.
I do care. I will admit that I do care about all this shit. And I know that people in this company really care about the stuff that is said about us all the time. My message when people at this company have brought up, like, it's really getting to people and it's like a workplace safety thing. Even like people have come to me and said, I feel harassed by what we face on the Reddit. I was too glib initially to be like, I don't pay attention to that. What if the relentless nastiness and anger and criticism and incitement for other people to join in on the nastiness and criticism and anger, what if that is not just an organic reflection of how people feel about us? What if it's been engineered? by one person with an agenda. And what if that person isn't actually a person at all?
This is absolutely crazy shit. What the fuck is going on over at Canadaland with Jesse Brown?
Jesse's like putting out all this fucking nonsense, and it all sounds so bullshit.
I mean, stay on Jesse for a minute. I mean, he was a strange story.
People on the subreddit don't like his work anymore. It's kind of become like a hate Reddit.
The official Jesse Brown email was sending out to a bunch of mostly leftist Canadian journalists, right? Tracking their IP. This is from Jesse Brown's email, official email.
He sent that link, that IP tracker to other people. Wasn't there a couple of other people who, wasn't
I think
Rachel
so, but I don't think
Gilmore
that's
somebody?
specific. The bizarre thing. So
Well, I hope the police are investigating.
After October 7th, it sort of like infected his brain.
He was always a Zionist, and they're pretty psychotic people.
I just find this guy's shit so despicable, and he just won't shut up about it.
This is a technique called spear phishing. I found a little WordPress plugin called IP Tracker. It lets you put an IP tracker on a specific web page, okay? So I installed IP Tracker on these custom-made, private, unlisted web pages, and only those web pages. Now, Bruce, the only way that anyone could access one of these pages is if I personally sent you a link to it. So I created these 4 secret pages, and I sent each one of those 4 suspicious Reddit accounts a link to a different, secret, unlisted page.
What was on these pages?
So I found an innocuous internal Canadaland document where I was discussing the drafting of a journalistic ethics guide with our former editor. And I marked them as internal Canadaland documents so that they would be kind of tantalizing to my target here, somebody who has an interest in digging up secrets about Canadaland. I gave each version a different date just so I could distinguish them.
So, and now I'm saving you guys from the rest there, because again, it's an hour and a half. This is him pretty much confirming what he's doing. The first half there, and this is what actually I believe I explained to everybody 2 weeks ago what he was attempting to do. So, continuing on what it is, because I'm going to do the shorter version as opposed to his long ass explanation.
It was a terrible explanation, by the way.
It is a terrible explanation. He sent that to those 4 Reddit accounts to try to grab their IPs to figure out who it was. And apparently he claims that those 4 accounts all came from the same IP. I'm like, yeah, I could fuck with you with that one.
He thinks all 4 of those Reddit accounts out of 7, 4 of them are the same person. So he wanted to know if they were manufacturing conversations online to go after Canadaland.
Exactly. So on top of that, he has also decided to go to send that IP tracker to a whole bunch of other people. And
he's trying to pretend he didn't.
Yeah, he's trying to pretend he didn't, but he did send it out to the other ones because he's trying to match up those IPs. So he's trying to claim that these are 4. I'm also going to call him bullshit on that one.
No,
I think
that's not what he said. He sent it to those 4 Reddit things to find out if they came from the same IP address. What he's trying to claim now is that he never sent it to those journalists. He's claiming that the person who is all 4 of those accounts, who he claims has the same IP address, because that's why he says at the end of your video that you put together, the only person that could have sent it is somebody who I would have sent it to. And apparently he only sent it to one person because it's those 4 accounts are one person. In his fucking whatever you call this podcast, whatever he's doing, he's trying to claim that it wasn't him that sent it to Rachel, Mark Burry, and all those other people. Press Progress is the only one who came and asked him. He's trying to claim that that person who got his phishing is the one who sent it to them. He's trying to false flag it.
Yep.
So it's not that he sent, I mean, he did. I believe he gave it to all of them, but he's trying to pretend he didn't.
So I listened to it too. And this is where I'm going to go through this with a tech background to explain why I think he's full of shit in some of the stuff he said. So now I've also got this, but I got a particular image I'll bring up in a second. So he's claiming that 4 of these accounts all got the unique IPs and the information to get this internal doc, and that he's going to be able to scoop them up and grab those.
Yeah.
Well, short of those docs being different, if I have this, if I'm running the 4 accounts and you send me the link for those docs, if it's the same doc across all 4 links you sent, you're not going to see the other 2, the last 2 fire up.
What do you
I'm
mean?
going to see the first document in the first account, and I'll recognize the document. Or not recognize the document, but I'll see the document. I'll open up the link to the second account, and I'll see it's the same document.
No.
I'm not going to bother with the next 2.
That's not what he did. He said he did 4 different documents and dated them differently so he knew. Or did he say he sent the same one dated differently?
They would have been 4 unique links. That's that. He said there were 4 unique links. He wasn't, and I wasn't clear in regards to the document. I'll have to go check that. But they have to be 4 unique links because each link represents the person you're sending it to. In it, it's the address is who it is. Let me go check on this one.
Okay.
So now, if he's using the same, let's say it's an image, because for example here, in regards to what he said to Mark Borey, he did not send a document. He sent high school.
His yearbook picture. What is he trying to fucking say, this liar?
Exactly.
As if it's the Reddit person that sent that to Mark Burry. Bullshit. And he called him at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. So here's what I think what's going on here. I don't think this was like he's putting out the bullshit of like, oh, this is a conspiracy and they're trying to get this whole thing. No, fuck off. People are shit posting you on Reddit. You got pissy about it. You want to find out who it was because you got some ideas of who it might be.
Yeah,
you tried to do some phishing.
Fucking goof.
You fished a bunch of IP trackers to a bunch of the accounts, and then you try to send it to a bunch of people you think it might be, and you try to see if you can match them up.
Yeah.
To try to see who was shit posting. Say whatever the fuck you want. You were acting shitty. Period.
And then
and people should keep calling you out on it.
If you guys haven't seen it, basically, he tries to take you all over the place so that you forget what the whole, I don't know if it's so that you forget what the whole thing is. I didn't forget, but I guess he's trying to pretend he's running through what's going on in his mind. And that opened the door for him to drag Mark Burry. And then at the end of dragging Mark Burry for about, I don't know, 20 minutes of that segment, maybe 10 minutes, I don't know. He turns around and says, but I have no evidence. And further than that, I don't think it was him. So why the fuck did you just give that whole piece about Mark Burry and his ties to Mike Duffy and all this other shit dragging him? And
because
then
he got caught.
And I don't give a fuck. I don't know who Mark Burry. I didn't know who the hell Mark Burry was. Obviously, he's accomplished, but I didn't know who the fuck he was until all of this shit happened. Right? Yep. And then he goes on and starts dragging this other dude, Ian Kreppel or something, some lawyer who was on Reddit, and just starts trying to like expose him for all this shit. And he can't understand why Mark Burry is like, Mark Burry sounds to me like a guy who just wants to be good with people, but like will criticize heavily Canadaland, but doesn't really, want to be mean to Jesse. But because Jesse plays these stupid recorded phone calls that they had. And
I'm not sure about Mark Burry.
I know was so bad.
Yeah, I checked a little bit in regards to the bio of Mark Burry. There's something. Mark Borey, there might be some problems with it too, because when I went to go check up on Mark Borey, I'm like, I haven't blocked for some reason, so this can't be good.
Yeah.
So obviously and again.
Well, he goes on about his Wikipedia time, and then he's like, he wouldn't answer me if he was Spunky Monkey or whatever it is. No, he did answer you. He said he hasn't been on Wikipedia in years, which means that he's not the Spunky Monkey that just did whatever you think he did, or at least that's what he's telling you. And you went through all of that just to find out that it's not him. And then you wonder why he's nice to you sometimes and then gets angry with you again, and then is nice to you and then gets angry with you. Yeah, sure, there might be an issue with Mark Burry. Sounds pretty shitty if he's going to try to do some, public relations for Mike Duffy. But whatever. Doesn't change that this guy did what he did and is trying to tell us that it must be this anonymous account who's farming rage against Canada Land. People don't like you or your fucking bullshit. He's on his platform every fucking day crying about shit that's never happened, saying that the whole world is anti-Semitic. Nobody's talking about National Holocaust Day or whatever. Meanwhile, that's all we saw on Twitter. Okay, cut it out. And not just Twitter, in the mainstream media, everywhere. Okay, and I'm not saying we shouldn't, but don't act like it's not happening. That guy's
like, I'm just being reminded too. So I did torture some other people to listen to it at regular play, as one of them pointed out to us, because I'm just that kind of cruel. But they did make one of the assessments too, which was the same thing. As they said, they very much pointed out to the fact that, that's the entire thing as they were listening to it. It's like, it sounded like we were going down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
It's like, no, let's go to this rabbit hole. And then, no, let's go to this rabbit hole. And then, okay, now I'll sum it up. And why I did is right, even though I explained nothing for 90 fucking minutes.
Nothing. These are our rules. And then Reddit, if you don't like Reddit's rules, then why be on Reddit? But at the same time, if Reddit doesn't like journalistic rules, then don't play in our game. It's like, oh my God, you did not nail that one. And just anybody who's listened to it can hear how terribly their little script went.
Oh my God.
It was so hard to listen to. That's why you got to do it at 2 times the speed. Because then you don't have to like.
Yeah. To me, the fact that we were trying to set up this conversation between these people, like, I'm here to give you trouble, Jesse.
Yeah.
I can't read the next line, Jesse. Yeah. Like, it was insane to watch.
Let's read mean tweets. Listen. Oh, Jesse, we should read yours. I don't think there's enough time for that. Oh my God. Just
I know. It was the conversation around the beginning was one thing, but especially when they got to the boss there in the middle, I'm like, oh, this one's painful. It's going to be painful, and it sure was.
It was
the entire time. But yeah, I think the crux of it is no. My theory, everything he said the entire thing was just a bunch of fucking smoke, designed to lead you all sorts of different places where it ended up none of it went to any place.
Nowhere.
And my version is Occam's razor. No. He was trying to IP track to try to figure out who these accounts are that should.
You know who those accounts might be? They might be him.
I think maybe 1 or 2. I don't know.
That's just as plausible. That is just as plausible as the bullshit he's trying to spin right now, saying that this person sent it to all of these journalists. Like,
it's plausible, but I'm still on the idea like, no. I'm pretty sure he saw a couple of shit posters and he's convinced there are a couple of these other people and he's just trying to figure it out because he's got some sort of
well, you know what he just did?
Petty axe to grind.
I bet your Reddit is going to be on fire now.
Yeah. More than likely they're going to be on fire. More than likely they're going to be, again, yeah. He might be petty, but I feel Reddit could be as petty, if not worse. Like, it's going to be what it's going to be.
That's brutal.
But yeah, our last message obviously to Jesse is like, again, like and subscribe. We can always use more. If you enjoy our content, by the sounds of it, you do.
Why don't you start a Reddit about us, Jesse?
Yeah, why not, eh?
Do it.
See how that goes. Yeah, do it. I'm sure it'll go well. We promise not to IP track you.
I don't give a fuck about your IP. I don't give a fuck about your opinion either, bud. Just like calling you out on your bullshit.
Well,
because scientists can be pretty psychotic.
They can. That is it for us for this week. I'm impressed how well our
time to take the hair down. It's done.
Take the hair down. Go relax.
Yeah.
As for everybody else, have a great night, great week. We will be here hopefully again next week. Till then, we have one last thing, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Say good night, Deana.
Good night. Free
Good
Palestine.
night. Free Palestine.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, are we really surprised that he posted this when Taco Tits, the diaper filler-upper, said this a while back?
I am the chosen one.